As has been stated, I'm Congresswoman Yvette Clarke, and I proudly represent the 9th Congressional District of New York. I'd like to thank Kevin Ryan Young, President of District 13 Presidents Council, for inviting me to be here with you this morning. It is important that leaders regularly convene to discuss the future education and strategize with all of the players in our youth's lives. A child's education is truly a team effort, and you can take that from me because I am a product of the public schools here in Brooklyn, New York, and my mom was a very proud PTA president, and I used to attend all of the meetings with her. You know, that I was that kid that was there with their lunchbox, their crayons, listening to all of the strategizing that the parents did to ensure that we received a quality education here in Brooklyn. And I can say that their efforts truly paid off during my era. My foundation in the public school education enabled me to get a scholarship to Oberlin College. And there was a whole cohort of us during my time that benefited from the strength of PTAs. And that's why I thought it was so very important that I'm here with you today, and why I'm so encouraged by District 13's commitment to providing each child with the very best possible chance of success, as demonstrated by all of you taking the time to be here this morning. I'm fortunate to represent 3 District 13 schools: PS9, the Acorn Community High School, and the Gotham Professional Arts Academy, each with commitments to STEM, the arts, and comprehensive, well-rounded education for the scholars of Brooklyn. As a product of the New York City Public Schools, I believe strongly that a quality public school education is one of the most important tools we can give to our children to prepare them for entrepreneurship, for the workforce, for taking leadership in our civil society. In Congress, Democrats are working to expand educational opportunities for every student by strengthening our schools, expanding early childhood education initiatives, and modernizing our classrooms. Though the winds may be blowing in the opposite direction, though we may be salmon moving upstream, we are dedicated to this, and I think that all of you will be proud as we move forward in the next Congress to push those initiatives to the fore. Unfortunately, we have a secretary in the administration, Mr. Voss, who is not of like mind. I try to be diplomatic at times. As a member of the Energy and Commerce Committee and co-chair of the Congressional Smart Cities Caucus, I know that STEM education is the now, is the future of our nation. Architects and engineers are designing modern and sustainable infrastructure, and we are using most cutting-edge technology to launch into this century. But there's so much more to do. And I believe that investments in STEM education is key training for a workforce ready to lead in clean energy, healthcare, and innovative industries of today and tomorrow. In particular, Black and Latino communities are underrepresented in STEM occupations relative to their presence in the overall U.S. workforce. But I'm confident that the next generation of STEM professionals are right here in District 13. Additionally, we must work to reduce the achievement gap amongst low-income students and those at the very top, as well as making sure that we have the best trained and most qualified teachers in the world. Months ago, students in the 9th Congressional District visited my Washington, D.C. office and brought hundreds of constituent letters asking me to support gun reform legislation. This is the environment that our children are growing up in. This is the activism that they are being exposed to. I want to encourage us to continue to foster the ownership of their civil society, encourage them to write, to read, and to engage in what is taking place each and every day. That not only happens in our homes and families, but should be integrated into the conversations that we're having in our classrooms. It is important that we pay close attention to the environment our students are learning in and ensure that it is cohesive, safe, nurturing, and inclusive of everyone's experiences. In the 115th Congress, I co-sponsored H.R. 1957, the Safe Schools Improvement Act of 2017, Representative Linda Sanchez was the main sponsor, and this would amend the Elementary Secondary Education Act of 1965 to address and take action to prevent bullying and harassment of students. I also co-sponsored H.R. 3738, the Healthy Breakfast Help Kids Learn Act of 2017, authored by Representative Jim McGovern, which would amend the Richard B. Russell National School Lunch Act to remove certain limitations with respect to commodity assistance for school breakfast programs and other purposes. With Democrats in the House during the 116th Congress in the House majority in the 165th, we're excited about that. I am confident that we will continue to make strides in education, ensuring that early childhood education programs are strengthened, undergirded, and in all public schools, that students have the latest technology and best resources to encourage their dreams and aspirations, and that our students are equipped with competitive and to be competitive and college ready. In closing, I'd like to forward to a productive and fruitful discussion as we work together to make every child have a quality education and not just a select few. My message to our children, our scholars, is that they are the future and they are the now. I often tell people, when we tell children that they're the future, it's as though they don't have a place, or they don't have a voice, or they don't have the wherewithal to encourage us and to lead us, quite frankly, in their current day and age. That is not the case. The children are our inspiration, and they motivate us to do all that we can to advantage them in our society. And so let me just take this opportunity to say to each and every one, thank you so much for giving up your time, for giving up your energy, your intellect, and your ability to make sure that our students are given every opportunity to enhance their intellect and their abilities. I am, again, a product of the public school system, and if it weren't for engaged parents who knew that it was of great value to make sure that every student had a quality education and did everything they could within their power to make it so, sacrificing their time, their talent, and their expertise to be as forward-leaning in the educational lives of the students of the district that I went to school in, which was 17. There wouldn't have been, I think, the type of gravitas, if you will, that has drawn so many from across the nation and around the world to find Brooklyn. It was our best kept secret, but now everyone knows about it, including my colleagues whose children all live in my district. Yeah. So again, let me just take this opportunity for thanking you for reaching out. Know that my office is a resource to you, and that if ever you're visiting Washington, D.C., please stop by our office. Let us give you the tour of the Capitol. Find out what we're working on, and please be continue to be the wind beneath our wings. We have not made it because we have a majority in the House of Representatives. It was the motivation of the people. It was the people being engaged. We have hit a high watermark, and that means that we can't sink any lower. We have got to continue to build upon the gains that we have made so that we get the type of breakthrough that is worthy of who we are as a civil society in the 21st century, and that leaves for our children a legacy much greater than the one that we've inherited. So thank you very much once again for inviting me. I am open to any questions, any concerns that you may have. I don't have to leave immediately. I'd love to stay and hear more about how my office can engage you, can be supportive. Know that we are going to hold Betsy DeVos accountable for the education of our children. She has put forth some very backwards notions of what public school education is about, particularly when it comes to the civil rights of our children and the privatization of public education. Let us stand together, shoulder to shoulder, with no daylight between us as we move forward to bring our public school system into the 21st century, and so that future generations will say that we have done a great thing on their behalf. Thank you.